So I guess we return. Okay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that we'll have the first session, weekly wisdom pool, to reflect back a bit to 2020 and also looking forward to 2021. I would like to have some interesting exercise that maybe even after our session, you can think about it. You can think about it. One of our main teacher of the middle way meditation, named Kun Yai, the master nun. Yeah, in the middle way meditation, we have three main teacher. Actually, the Buddha 1,000 years ago, and then Luang Pu Wat Pak Nam, the founding teacher of the middle way meditation. Then he taught to both monks and nuns, and the second generation is the nun. That this nun meditate the best. She quite skinny, but she very calm, and Luang Pu said, this nun meditate the best. And that nun again teach to both monks and nuns in Thailand. And the third generation is my teacher, Luang Pu Dhammachiyo. And in one of her teaching, people asked her, the nun, how can we know who has a lot of good punya energy? In English, they try to use term merit. But it's not quite exact meaning. Punya is the pure energies of goodness that rise up every time when we do something good. Like you do about dana, when you give, you feel good right away when you help someone. Or sila, today I practice well. My speech is good, my mind is good, you feel good. And then bhavana, and that's three main punya: giving, self-discipline, meditation. This is happiness without acquisition. Every day, no matter what happens in the world, you can choose that track. Even you don't have any, you can keep a smile. You can give encouragement to other people if you have, and practice well. I harm no one. I speak what people will benefit from it. Those kinds of things that with mindfulness, with good direction, punya energy rise up. And Buddha said that pure energy of goodness is the name of happiness. He said in Pali Canon. So people ask Kun Yai, the master nun, that she meditated very deep, like a kind of very enlightening person. How can we know who has a lot of punya and who has not so much and suffer a lot? And Kun Yai, the master nun, said, anyone who has the wisdom to feel better no matter what comes has a great punya. She didn't say, someone who are very rich, someone who control themselves very well and don't harm anyone. She said, anyone who has a wisdom to teach themselves to feel positive, to feel motivated to take some good action. The Master Nan said, oh, that person has a lot of punya, good energy to be happy. Yeah. So what is in this very profound teaching of Master Nan? It's not outside that will determine always we're gonna feel happy or not happy. It is inside that how we're gonna feel happy or not happy. It depends on the levels of wisdom we have. Because the main trigger of unhappiness that cause suffering is craving, right? Tanha. And during this term of daily mind shower, our daily meditation offering, we talk about Dhammachak, which is the Buddha first teaching. I think we're in a section of the origin of suffering called craving. And in 3 craving of the Buddha, there's a craving for sensual pleasure. Oh, I want a better car, I want a bigger house. Yeah, sensual pleasure outside. And then there's a craving for existence. You want something to be like that forever. I'm number 1 CEO. I'm the richest man in the world. I'm, no matter what. And then it's gone. And you crave for it to stay, but it's gone. And the last one, I think the other day on Daily Mind Shower, I asked, which craving trouble you the most? And many people say craving for extermination. You crave for something to be gone, but it stays. Yeah, maybe we experience the years of COVID together. and that might troubling us the most. Why we need to be in this condition? Who caused this COVID pandemic, or those kinds of, even is good wish, but Buddha said that also a sublime tanha. If you wish for things to change and you feel positive about it, that is good energy. Yeah, that will lead to change. But if you crave for things to change and you feel desperate, you feel hopeless, that's not a good energy. Can you see the difference? That you hope things to change and you feel like, yes, it's gonna be done, it's gonna be better. That's not craving. That is pure energy toward a better future, and we should have that. But one it big, it's like a similar thing. You wish it depends. If your mind is clear and bright, it's good wish. If your mind is cloudy and unhappy, it's a craving. Can you see the line? That it's a bit challenging when you too much, it might become craving. But if you kind of along the way, you wish but do not expect, it should be okay. So in 2020, we might crave for medicine to be gone. Again, I'm not involved in any political issue or take side anything. But maybe when a lot of people make a wish and energy go toward that direction, something happen, right? And as I mentioned many times, that don't take things personal about better world or humanity. Is systematic. Yeah. And when you want things to change in the long term, not look at a person, but look at a system. Yeah, what kinds of system breed any situation, any person, we feel like, wow, that's not what we want our kid to see. Not look at the person, but what kinds of system, right? So we have great challenge in 2020. I think right now there are many scholar, they can call guru or expert. How about 2021? Yeah, they start to have a comment. Uh, let's do something fun. Who are quite certain that 2021 will be better? You're quite certain about it. Can you type number one in the chat? You're quite certain. You're quite, yes, it's gonna be better. Vaccine come out, political change or society, anything. You're quite certain of it. Type number one. Who are not so sure about it? Oh, that some people get sick after vaccine and some people die even. And you might have some second thought when that vaccine is right in front of you. Oh, I think last week or yeah, Bill Gates, he come out, this guy, when he says something, oh, we need to watch. He said, the pandemic, we still have some solution when we have vaccine, even challenging, but if the climate change hit us, it's irreversible. And it's gonna be even more than this pandemic. I don't want to imagine what will happen. When he said about this pandemic 5 or 6 years ago, that the next war is not the nuclear, but something so small. I'm not pro Bill Gates or anti Bill Gates. It just need to be cautious, right? So let's see. Wow. A lot of number one, but also number two. If you're uncertain, type number two. Yeah, if you're certain, number one. Yeah. Oh, okay, now more number two. I think one thing that we can be certain, everything is uncertain. Yeah, we don't know for sure, right? But it's a tendency about it. Today, I would like you to make a list, if possible. What is the best thing that happened to you in 2020? Maybe top threes. Yeah, if you can reflect back in 2020, not a very easy year, but what is the best thing that happened in 2020? I have one thing that comes super clear out of those darkness, very shining. Daily Mind Shower program was born in 2020. And without knowing too much, because the lockdowns in New York, and I think I talked with Phil, and he sent me some link that, oh, now different people come out, talk on a daily basis on YouTube, on Facebook to help each other. And I said, okay, let's see what I can do. Now we reach out people in 66 countries. Just last week, 66 countries connect to daily program to heal themselves, to feel good that they're not alone in this challenge. So I would like to encourage you to make a list. Yeah. Bad thing, I think, not too difficult. But what is the best thing happen? You can make a list and you can reflect about it. If anyone would like to share, you can share in the chat. If not, you keep that for your daily reflection or annual reflection on that. Today, I would like to leave some thought, and then we can have open discussion. 2021, from the condition we have right now, I think it's quite still uncertain in many ways. It seems like we need to adjust to this kind of new normal a little bit, because it looks like it might be another year. Even the vaccine, spread out this and that, but it might take until summer or later than that. So we need to adjust to that. Today we discuss how to live peacefully and even happily in the time of big uncertainty. Yeah, that's some big question. How? We know for sure it's uncertain, but how are we going to live with it in the best way we can? I have 4 main points. I am slide free today, but you can make a list. I can speak slow. Number one, consider the impermanent. Yeah, that is the Dhamma Buddha said 2,500 years ago. Consider the impermanent. I will explain more. Number two, meditate daily to find a space to rise. Okay, consider the impermanent, number one. Number two, meditate every day to find a space to rise, not get stuck. Number three, focus on what we can do, not on what we cannot do. And the last one, number four, help others to live a better life. Anyone, you can help others to live a better life. So that like 4 main thought would like to share with you. Okay, let's elaborate more a little bit. Consider the impermanent. What is that? When Buddha enlightened, what he experienced is not something that he invented. It's like Isaac Newton found law of gravity. Isaac Newton didn't invent it. It's just right there. So when he understand the nature of things, it becomes clear. Everything but its own nature cannot stay forever. We not stay forever in the world. The trees, the flower, even the diamond that look very stable, but at the molecular level is changing. You can ask quantum physicists about those, atom level. But the rate that it changes is so subtle our eye cannot see, right? So by the nature of everything, it's not fixed, it changes. We change every day. Things change every moment. It's just a tendency how you're going to move on. So no matter how severe 2020 or 2021, it will move on. Yeah, and in a history, if you look back 100 years or there might be very bad time, and then it comes like a golden time. Then it's like this ups and down. But how we accelerate to be the better time soon need wisdom, need togetherness, harmony, helping each other. So with that in mind, it will change. You might feel a bit more peaceful and feel better. It will change for sure. Slow or fast, it might be slower if you want it faster. It might be even faster if you didn't expect it. Oh, wow. So that's number one. Number two, why we need daily meditation, daily silent mind. Now we're in a very noisy world. And every noise, every images cause us to go in some direction. And we are not really free to think. So with daily meditation, we clear any dirty thing on the sheet and make it blank. And just hear from your heart, hear from your soul, hear from your deep spirit how I live a good life, how I rise above this challenge. Without that daily cleansing, is super challenging. Yeah, because it's all, kinds of contaminated red color when anger comes from any contact you have from the news or from the people, or delusion about what might happen and then it doesn't happen. So we need to have that daily meditation to clear everything and really connect to the truth. Yeah. And then see what we can do from that truth. Yeah. And number three, this fourth step is like a something consecutively affect the next. That when you start with consider impermanent and you feel hopeful, then you can, okay, let's meditate, find out how I can be more peaceful and happy. Once you are very clear, you will see, this is what I can do to make myself feel good, to make other people feel good. This is what I cannot do really. Don't be so dramatic about it. Accept it and focus on what you can do. You can make some little change, big or small, and you feel good about it. And that feeling good will move you to the next step, what you can do. But if you spend too long time with what you cannot do, too long, you feel hopeless. But once you choose what you can do, even a small one, it's like a domino effect. From small one, then feel better, feel better, feel better. You can do some bigger impact from that right side of can do. You cannot achieve this number three if your number one is not happen and you not meditate. It is overflow with fake news or informations, and you cannot find the truth to focus on what you can do. Okay. And the last one, once you feel good what you can do, you can help other people to live a better life because you feel hopeful about your life, about your power, about your possibility, and you still can shine like a star in the sky. Even a lot of darkness, but still the star shining. Doesn't let the darkness wipe out the light, but shine even brighter to be the hope for other people. I hope it's practical for you. It's over time a bit, but we have some minute for Q&A. I'm not sure who I passed the microphone to. Yeah, Barry,
It's
please.
it's me. Hi, everybody.
Yes.
You can raise your hand. I'm on a couple of screens here. So if I don't see your hand raised, if you could just shoot me a little chat, that would be helpful. But you can also put your questions in the chat, of course, as always. So
Barry, I think there are some
Karsten.
Yeah,
Karsten, I see your hand.
Okay. So this has been a strange year, and we've recently seen a lot of violence in the capital. and we're going to see more. And I really want things to change.
Mhm.
How do we draw the distinction between that wanting things to change and craving that things change? And how do we know we're just wanting things to change in a positive way and really craving that they're change? And sometimes at a peaceful moment, I think, well, okay, I just really want things to change. And I know we're up against things, but I can hope they'll be better. And
Mhm.
sometimes I think that that easily slides to a craving. It's got to get it better. And it's,
Mhm.
the line is really thin, and it's
Mhm.
not always clear how to know where you are.
Mhm.
Is that clear?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, I get your question. You know, the most important indicator to show now you're on the craving side or you're on the hopeful side is the state of your mind. The state of your mind. What is that? When you feel good, the emotion and your body sensation. Imagine when you get angry, you feel something not quite right in your body. You know, the temperature, you know, those things also. But when you have joy, when you have hope, yeah, your body feels something different than the moment of negative energy.
mhm,
So you can check from what you feel in your body,
mhm,
how your mind, what I call, uh, what I could say is when you feel hopeful, you want change, and you feel like the energy that move forward, it become wider and wider and wider. But when you crave for it, it like a concern and fear plus when you change, the energy move forward, it become narrower. It not wider. It feel like it move forward, but you not feel good.
yeah, that makes sense. If I go to my experience, though, what I
Mhm.
think I experience, and sometimes I do go to the body to see what's going on, it
Yes.
seems to go back and forth. It's not like, oh, I get to the point where I'm just hopeful and wanting things to change. And then or it's either, I'm really craving things. I find myself going like this between a calm hope and what's going on?
Yeah.
I'll do something.
You know,
And
I
maybe you can't do anything. And,
I really
and
encourage. Yeah.
that's part of the impermanence, that hopefulness can easily become craving. And,
Yeah. You know,
and
everything is the middle way.
Mhm.
Too less hopeless, too much seriousness. So daily inner peace is a very good tool to keep yourself in check. Oh, now it's too much and I start to feel too serious about it and I want results so much and become craving. Or I feel okayness along the way. Even if it slip to the other side, I'm still okay. So that daily inner peace will be a very good compass in a good direction.